NI starts now.
So today's presentation is going to be from Kara Murray with Alair Homes. Kara comes with a background in social services and has experience in program management, human resources, policy development, budgets, research, and service operations. She is the promotion, sales, and customer service arm of Alair Homes, while her husband of 15 years, Zach, runs the operational and business development side of things. They have an 8-year-old daughter, Liz, whom Kara has homeschooled for the past 3 years. Their dog Cooper is missing from the picture, but he operates as chief stress reliever. And to get to know more about Kara, book a one-to-one with her. And with that, I will pass things over to Kara.
Good afternoon, everyone. So today we'll start by introducing a little bit to you about Alair, and then I'm going to spend a majority of the time talking about my passion, which is universal design and how it is relevant to everyone. So basically, let's just cut to the chase here. When a home builder is presenting, people want to see, the end product. They want to see what's been built and some completed work. So while I talk about Alair, on these next few slides, we'll have some pictures of some builds that were done in Parkland, Sturgeon County, and St. Albert for your viewing pleasure. There we go. So Alair started just over 10 years ago in Nanaimo, BC, and it's grown to over 100 different operations around Canada and the United States. So while made up of many different offices, we work collaboratively together and have a central office for financial and administrative support in Nanaimo. We do custom builds such as single family homes, infills, and multi-family dwellings. Our process involves a planning contractor phase and a construction contract. So we strongly believe that putting a lot of work in the beginning for a good solid plan with timelines and hard quotes can help keep the process smooth and mitigate any potential problems during the construction phase. It also allows our clients to have all the information needed before committing to a construction contract. Our process is completely transparent, with the client using our online tools to have access to real-time cost to date, receipts, change orders, and schedules. We strive to keep the clients informed, less stress, and actually to have fun with the process of building a home. In today's market, with rapidly changing costs in materials and delays in supply availability, it is absolutely crucial to have a project manager who's able to schedule and execute really well and can deal equally well with people and processes. Our project manager, who we call the unicorn, is world-class when it comes to this and brings with him almost a decade of building houses. We're very proud to have him as a part of our team. So incorporating universal design in your custom home. So from my experience working in social services, I have seen the importance of an accessible home environment along with the barriers that an inaccessible home creates and how it impacts quality of life and mental health. I actually remember once helping a man who walked with a cane to buy a house, and he was unable to buy most of what was on the market. As such, I have a huge passion for universal design. Anyone who has done a one-to-one with me knows this, and I want to bring it more to the forefront of the general population so that they have this knowledge base for when they build or renovate their home or consider the needs of their aging parents. So what exactly is universal design? Universal design is the idea and application of ensuring that a space's composition can be first understood, accessed, and utilized by all people. It's where accessibility, functionality, and aesthetics all combine, and it really needs to be the new standard in design. So for example, we've all heard accessibility. Well, accessibility is part of universal design, but it's got a cold, sterile feeling about it. It doesn't really offer any aesthetic value at all, and it looks more like a hospital or care facility. It tends to highlight someone's disability and instead of fitting seamlessly into the environment. You might also have heard of age in place. Well, that is also part of universal design, but it only considers the idea of getting older. Universal design encompasses both of these, but so much more. And the important thing to know about universal design is that it's not treated as a one-size-fits-all, though, and you don't try to handle every single limitation and barrier in your home. It has to be geared towards you and your needs. So who exactly is it good for? Well, it's good for seniors, it's good for kids and people with various disabilities, but it even goes beyond that. So for example, how many of you live with an injury or an illness that you've just learned to cope with? Most people with arthritis, for example, just learn to deal with it and live with it. So changing out doorknobs and light switches and using certain cabinets can make life an awful lot easier for them in their home. What about short-term injuries or recuperation stages after a surgery? Anyone break their leg before or have knee surgery, been pregnant? How easy was it to maneuver in your home, and how did that make you feel? Along with rises in children being born with various disabilities, and specifically cerebral palsy, as well as medical advances, where people are able to live through things that might have in the past killed them, they're able to still live, but maybe with some other physical limitations. This offers a solution to them. With the current pandemic and restrictions, they've also brought challenges to light with care for the elderly, and more people are choosing to live at home or to have multi-generational living situations. When you consider universal design, you're also thinking of the needs of guests and visitors to your home, as well as potential buyers of your home in the future, and can actually increase the property value. So we could say, well, it doesn't necessarily pertain to me, but we are all one accident or injury away from really appreciating universal design. So some examples of universal design elements. Here's just a few. There's many. I could talk about this for 3 hours, but here's just a few examples. So you see in this house here, there's wide open doors and there's a no step entry. So it's works really good for people with wheelchairs, obviously, canes, mobility issues. Works really good with parents with strollers, toddlers. They don't have steps to trip over. People who are visually impaired, again, they don't have to worry about the tripping on the steps. Even moving furniture in and out of your house. And this I know pertains to all of us, and that is carrying all of our groceries in one trip from the car, so you don't have to go back out. That makes it much easier when you don't have steps. Second one here is, there's this picture down here that what I really want to highlight is actually the door. So again, a wide frame door and a lever handle here. And there is visual contrast between the door and the door frame. So again, what this would be good for is people with arthritis, easier to open the door, people, amputees, people who are visually impaired, again, cerebral palsy or Parkinson's, you know, where there might be some strength issues or some shaking issues. So it makes that much easier to go in and out. And you'll see again, it's no step. If you were visually impaired, I would just suggest maybe having a brighter or different colored door handle, but that's another example. And again, you can see it doesn't look, it doesn't scream accessibility. It still is, but it's still very tied in with the environment and very beautiful, right? And then, so here's, this one is an accessible shower. I mean, ideally the wet rooms seem to be the kind of what's on trend now, and also what really aligns with universal design. This one's got universal design elements in it. You can see, I don't know if you can see very good in the picture, but again, it's just an easy in and out shower. Lots of space here, so that can accommodate wheelchairs or caregivers if somebody needs to assist with bathing. The other options is you could just not have the glass door, so you're not worried about opening it and going in and out. But that would be another example, again, for kids and seniors, that works well. And this one is another favorite of mine, is that instead of having cabinets all up high, you can have them all lower and have them the countertops distance and height, and not just cupboards, but this is actually a microwave drawer. So again, kids, people in wheelchairs, seniors, people with maybe some strength issues, short people like me, this makes life a heck of a lot easier, especially when you're taking out something really hot, right, from above your head. So that's another example of universal design. And so, yeah, so custom homes can go beyond the type of house, style of house, and the layout. We can actually increase the functionality, usability, safety, and security of the person, increasing their capacity for quality of life in their home. It can increase your property value as well as ensure that you and your loved ones can stay in that home for as long as you want. So I invite you to check out our website where we have more information in universal design. You can check out our magazine, alairmagazine.com. And you can reach out to me with, I think my contact information is there. So if you have any other questions about universal design and how that can be incorporated into a custom home, I would love to hear from you. So thanks for joining me today. And if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from them.
D&I starts now. Like everyone says it.
Are we all saying it? I'm confused.
What
now.
is saying now?
Do we all say D&I?
Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
Starts now.
Now.
Do you want
you
us to
say
say
it.
D&I?
Say it more casually. Like we're not trying to rehearse the most impossible phrase in the world.
No.
Be
Be
it
nice.
No.
Oh.
Be
Be
it
nice.
Nice
No.
start
No.
now. That was the best one yet.